Hey everyone, thanks for watching. My name is Chris, and I have a quick update on death. Yep, it looks like Joss Whedon's going to kill off a couple characters. I'll read you some quotes from a recent interview he did when asked about Avengers 2, the plot, what he's planning on doing. He says, you know, he can't make it bigger, but he can make it better. And that's where he's going. And when asked to elaborate, simply, he goes, death, death, death. Now, death obviously is referring to Thanos and his love of death. He's already been confirmed for Avengers 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy. But as soon as Thanos was confirmed, as soon as you saw him at the end of the Avengers, you knew that someone was going to die. I mean, it was pretty clear. If you know the character, you know what he's capable of, especially if he gets the Infinity Gauntlet. And the question is, who is going to die? I mean, I think we have to come to the realization they killed off Coulson. I think the next step is going to be bigger, and it's going to hurt closer to the heart. I think that you can go the Hawkeye route because no one kind of likes him, or he's kind of unknown, and it'll be significant enough, but no one will really care. I think you could go the Guardians of the Galaxy route, maybe kill off a couple characters from there. Whoever they introduce, they'll be new enough, no one will really care. You know, they could do that wishy-washy thing, but knowing Joss Whedon, knowing Kevin Feige, and knowing everybody else, I'm going to make a bolder and sad prediction. Yes, this prediction is very sad because it pigtails off an interview Robert Downey Jr. said. I think you know where I'm going with this. When asked, because Robert Downey Jr. is only signed on to Iron Man 3. There's been no word of any contract extensions, any signings of any sort. He's not even signed on for Avengers 2. So he had this interview, and he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, that his best time playing Tony Stark, the time he did it the best, was in Iron Man 1. The affinity with Tony now is, how do you sustain something? He goes, I'm not stupid, I like to play ball, I love the company, I love the character and the business side of things, I'm not too picky about that either. And then when someone asked him about recasting, he goes, recasting would probably be the best thing in the world for me. You know, ego, but sometimes sometimes ego just has to be smashed. You know, he says he doesn't want to overstay his welcome. And this is the whole point I'm going to try to make to you guys. I think Iron Man is not only a prime candidate to die in Avengers 2. When I say Iron Man, I say Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. I don't know if someone will pick up the mantle after him. But I actually think that the Avengers, the franchise in general, will end after Avengers 3. First of all, they're going to run out of major villains to assemble the Avengers. But the main thing is that eventually people's contracts run up and you're going to have to start re-signing Captain America, Thor. Mark Ruffalo signed long-term, he'll see it through, but, you know, you're going to have to start, you know, maybe one person won't sign on again and now you're going to have to recast again, and you all know the Edward Norton, Mark Ruffalo fiasco. And I think that if the studio goes to the current cast and says, look, we're going to go to Avengers 3, we're going to finish it off with a big character in Ultron, it's going to be a massive fight, and that's it. We're going to stop it there. We're going to reboot it 5 or 10 years after that stops, or whatever. I think that the actors will be more inclined to see it through to the Avengers 3. But why wouldn't Robert Downey be inclined? If that happens, then there's a bigger possibility that he will stay till Avengers 3. But realistically, I think that Iron Man might die in Avengers 2. It'll be a big death. It'll get people very sad, very angry at Thanos. It'll release Robert Downey Jr. from the contract in a good way, in a parting way. And you might get the opportunity to get Don Cheadle, who's wearing the Iron Patriot War Machine armor in this upcoming Iron Man 3. It might be a good way to get him into the forefront and have him kind of fill Tony's spot for Avengers 3. You know, it seems something Joss Whedon would do, so I don't know, it makes me sad to even think about it. I'm getting sad now. But it's life. Robert Downey Jr. can't keep playing the role when he's 55. It's just, I mean, I understand that Bruce Willis is still in Die Hard, and you can kind of still do that. He doesn't want to be typecast. He's made his money, guys. Let's let him depart. What do you guys think about all this death? Who do you think is going to die in Avengers 2? Because most likely going to happen. And would you be sad to let Robert Downey Jr. go if he had to go? Guys, I wanted to mention that you can ask me anything in the comments or a personal message, and I'll try to respond to you. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every one of you. See ya.